What if your gut doesn't need another complicated detox, another restrictive diet, or another supplement added to the shelf? What if one of the missing pieces is something much older, much simpler, something people in Japan have eaten in small amounts for generations? Because after 40, when bloating, brain fog, fatigue, thyroid symptoms, and inflammation get louder, your gut may need steady daily support. And today, I'm showing you 5 Japanese fermented foods that may help support your gut and calm inflammation from the inside out. Hi, I'm Julie. I've been a registered nurse for over 33 years and I live with autoimmune disease. And one thing I've learned both as a nurse and as a patient is this: your gut is not separate from your immune system. So today I'm breaking down 5 Japanese fermented foods that may support digestion, gut bacteria, inflammation, and immune balance, especially if you're over 40 and you feel like your body is reacting to everything. Number one is miso. Miso is one of the easiest Japanese fermented foods to start with. And that matters because if your gut is sensitive, if your digestion feels unpredictable, or if fermented foods have made you bloated before, you don't need to jump into a giant serving. You can start small with miso. Miso is a fermented paste traditionally made from soybean salt and koji. And what I love about it is that it can turn a simple bowl of broth into something warm, grounding, and gut supportive. But here's the part that most people miss: miso is not just soup, it's a gentle way to bring fermented food diversity into your meals without overwhelming your body. You can stir a teaspoon into warm broth with ginger, green onion, mushrooms, or vegetables. But don't boil it hard after adding the miso because too much heat can reduce some of the live microbial benefit. And because miso is salty, use it sparingly, especially if you're watching your blood pressure, have kidney issues, or watching your sodium intake. The takeaway is simple: with autoimmune issues, consistency usually matters more than intensity. So start with small amounts and slowly introduce, watching how your body responds to them. Now, this next food is much stronger. And honestly, it's one that some women love and some women need to pick it up slowly. Number two is natto. Natto is fermented soybeans. And I'll be honest, this one has a reputation. It's sticky, it's stringy, and it does have a strong smell. And if you didn't grow up eating it, it can feel a little intimidating. But from a functional health perspective, natto is one of the most interesting Japanese fermented foods. It's traditionally fermented with Bacillus subtilis, and it contains compounds like vitamin K2 and nattokinase. Now, let's pause here for a second because this is important. Natto gets talked about online like it's a miracle food, and that's not how I want you to think about it. If you take blood thinners, have a clotting disorder, or are preparing for surgery, or have been told to monitor vitamin K intake, please talk with your provider before trying natto regularly. Healthy foods really can still have real effects in your body. But for gut health, natto is so interesting because it gives you a different type of fermentation than yogurt, sauerkraut, or kimchi. And diversity truly matters to your gut. Your gut is not looking for one perfect food, it's looking for a more resilient ecosystem. So, if you try natto, start tiny with 1 teaspoon, add it to rice, eggs, avocado, or a simple vegetable bowl. And if soy does not work for your body, don't force it. This isn't about proving that you can tolerate every healthy food. It's about learning what your body actually can respond to. Before we move to the next food, I want to quickly mention something that truly fits here because not everyone tolerates fermented foods very well at first. If you're working on your gut health and you feel like fermented foods make you bloated, gassy, or uncomfortable, one resource that I use personally and that you may want to look at is Silver Fern Ultimate Probiotic. I only share resources here that fit the kind of gut support that we talk about on this channel, and this may be something to explore if you're trying to support a healthier gut environment. But supplements are not a one size fits all, especially with autoimmune issues, gut sensitivity, SIBO concerns, histamine issues, immune suppression, or medications. I'll leave the link below in the description if you'd like to learn more. Now, let's get back to the food because this next one is one of the most overlooked. Number three is Japanese fermented pickled vegetables. This includes traditional options like nukazuki, which are vegetables fermented in a rice bran bed. But this is where people get confused. Not all pickled vegetables are fermented. Some are just vinegar pickles, some are quick pickles, some are pasteurized, and some have very little live bacteria benefit by the time you eat them. So, if you're buying Japanese pickled vegetables for gut support, look for traditionally fermented options when possible. And here's what I love about them. They're usually eaten in small amounts, not a giant bowl or a whole jar, just a small side with a meal. That's a lesson that many of us need here in America because we often think more is better. More supplements, more protocols, more intense changes. But with fermented foods, especially when your gut is reactive, more does not always mean better. Sometimes the better question is, what is the smallest amount that my body can tolerate consistently? That might be 2 bites, it might be 1 small spoonful, it might be a little fermented cucumber or a daikon with a meal. And if fermented vegetables trigger headaches, itching, flushing, anxiety, diarrhea, or a flare type feeling, that may be a clue to slow down and talk with a provider who understands histamine intolerance or gut dysbiosis. Your body is not failing you, it just may be giving you some feedback. And this next food is one of my favorites because it reminds us that healthy food still needs to taste good. Number four is Shio. Shio is a fermented seasoning made from koji, salt, and water. It's simple, but it can completely change the way food tastes. You can use it as a marinade for chicken, fish, vegetables, tofu, or even simple bowls. And this matters because a lot of people over 40 with autoimmune symptoms are trying so hard to eat clean, but they're bored, they're unsatisfied, and food starts to feel like another job. This is where Shiokoji can help. It brings flavor, tenderness, and depth to food without needing complicated sauces or processed ingredients. And that truly matters because the best anti inflammatory food plan is not the one you can follow for 4 days. It's the one you can actually live with. And as a nurse who's lived with autoimmune disease myself, I had to learn this the hard way. For years, I thought healing meant being stricter, more rules, less joy, more restriction. But eventually, I learned that supporting the body means making food nourishing, satisfying, and sustainable. Shio Koji can be one simple way to do that. But just remember, it's very salty. So use it like a marinade or seasoning, not something that you pour heavily over everything. A little goes a long way. And this last one may surprise you because it tastes sweet. but it's still a traditional Japanese fermented food. Number 5 is Amazake. Amazake is a traditional Japanese fermented rice drink. Some versions made with rice koji are naturally sweet because the fermentation process breaks down rice starches into simpler sugars. Now, this is where we need a little nuance because Amazake is not the same as fermented vegetables or miso. It can be sweet and it can affect your blood sugar. So, if you have insulin resistance, diabetes, reactive hypoglycemia, weight resistance, or blood sugar swings, this may not be something to drink freely, but it is still worth understanding because it shows how diverse Japanese fermented foods really are. Some are savory, some are salty, some are sour, and some are sweet. And the real lesson is not that every fermented food is right for every person. The lesson is that your gut may benefit from variety, small amounts, and foods that are prepared in a way that supports your digestion. So, if you try Amazake, start with a small serving. You might use it a little bit in a smoothie, a dressing, or as an occasional little drink, but pay attention to how your body responds to it. If you feel a blood sugar crash, cravings, bloating, or inflammation afterwards, that is information for you. And it's not a failure, it's just information. And that's the bigger point of this whole video. You're not trying to copy a Japanese diet perfectly. You're just learning from their patterns, small amounts, fermented diversity, and simple ingredients. Food used intentionally and sparingly, and a deep respect for digestion. If this video is resonating with you, I also have a free GI inflammation guide that can help you start connecting your dots between your gut symptoms, inflammation, energy, brain fog, and autoimmune flares. Because sometimes it's not just one food, it's the whole pattern. What you can tolerate, what triggers you, what calms your gut, and what makes you feel inflamed the very next day. I'll put the link in the description below so you can grab your free GI inflammation guide and start using it alongside what we talked about today. Before you go, please comment below and tell me which one of these Japanese foods surprised you the most. And if your gut feels like it reacts to everything, comment gut below because I know how discouraging that can feel. If this video helped you, please like it, subscribe, and share it with another person over 40 who's dealing with bloating, fatigue, brain fog, inflammation, or autoimmune symptoms and feels like their body is becoming harder to understand. Sometimes one video can help someone feel a little less alone and a lot more prepared. Remember, your body isn't broken, it's burdened. And when you understand those burdens, you can finally begin supporting your body in the way it's needed all along. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And please take care of yourself because you deserve to feel better. And remember, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.